Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my anime journal. And today we'll be talking about, I'd say, another 10 anime, which will take us up to, it would be this, yeah, Azur Lane, the Azur Lane, like, specials. So, we're starting out with High School Fleet movie, and it's a movie for High School Fleet. It did air like a long time after the original High School Fleet. Like High School Fleet was from 2015. I think it was. I think it was 2015 or maybe 2016. Um, Let me see. No, it was 2016. Okay, a little off, but not by much. High School Fleet was alright. I've already reviewed it though. But the movie is, yeah, it aired 4 years later, and so I just got around to watching it this year. Like, no, I mean the reason why it would have taken so long is just High School Fleet wasn't great to begin with, but the movie. I don't even remember when I found out that it existed. Like, I think someone like reminded me about it. I was like, oh, that was a thing. I forgot about that. Because it's just like High School Fleet having a movie isn't really something you think about every day. It's more of just like, oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, sure, I'll get around to it. They're all still cute. There's also this green-haired girl, who's has like darker skin. She's adorable. I mean, them being cute is kind of like part of the whole appeal of High School Fleet just being a thing. This chick, Suzanne Reyes. Suzanne. What an interesting name for an anime girl. Hi. But yeah, she's very cute. And she has like this nice little flower in her hair. Green hair with dark skin, or even like a little tan skin, really. It is like, it's an interesting combination in general, because you don't. I mean, you don't never see that in real life, but you could. I think you'd have to bleach it first and then dye it, but yeah, like that's an interesting combination. Oh yeah, she's cute. But yeah, all the girls are as cute as they were originally. I guess because it's a movie, like movies are supposed to have like better animation than TV series, but I don't know. There were some scenes that might have benefited it from it being a movie, but overall, like, say you have like the first Girls and Panzer movie, that was fantastic. That's such good animation. The Cancoli movie, I watched that too. That's also like a moe, Millenberry moe. That's that kind of thing. That didn't have as good of animation as Girls and Panzer. This also, like, they did a good job when it needed to be well animated. They did a good job on it. It's just that most of it, like, you couldn't really tell. Like, if they tried harder on like the slice of life scenes, I don't know. Did anyone notice? Could anyone notice that it's just negligible? Yeah, like it just doesn't really matter. And plot wise, it just wasn't very important. So yeah, like if you really liked Girls on Pans, or no, not Girls on Pans, High School Fleet. If you really like the show, then sure, why not give it a shot. But overall, it's it's not really great. After that, I watched. Do you want to hear me say? Okay. Kaguya-sama wa Kokurasetai ultra romantic teaser PV Ishigami Yu wa Kataritai. This is the Kaguya PV, and this was aired last year or late last year. It was 9 minutes long, but it's a PV, which is weird. That's not normal at all. In fact, it adapts an entire chapter. And what's interesting about the chapter is that it actually adapts a chapter that. So, like, when the anime was announced, they had a chapter in the manga to kind of, like, celebrate the fact that the anime was announced. And so you have Ishigami, like, it was him, right? The main dude, blonde guy. No. Oh no, it was Shirogane. Yeah, Shirogane. He it was like his favorite manga was getting turned into an anime, and so that's what the plot of the episode was about, or the manga chapter was about, because like Kaguya is getting an anime, and so he's celebrating it, and like they're celebrating it by his favorite manga getting adapted into an anime. And so in the anime version, in the PV, instead of it being about it getting an anime in general, it's about the manga getting a third season, which does sound more awkward. Like when he was talking about it, it kind of feels like, why is he saying things like this? Like about the normies, and how, like, yeah, I was a dedicated fan from the beginning, and now it's getting its third season, and it's like he's phrasing things like very awkwardly. Like you can kind of tell that this is like a kind of shoe that someone's like trying to fit something into that doesn't really belong into it. And that's why. It's because the plot of the chapter was different, because they turned that into something about the anime getting a third season instead of it just getting adapted in general. I think they still did a good job with it. Like, it's a very unique PV. Like, you don't usually see PVs like that. The ones that adapt an entire chapter of their manga. The fact that this is on my anime list at all. Like, usually PVs do not get anime entries on Mal. This one does, because it is literally 9 minutes long and adapts a full chapter. So, yeah, that's cool. And it's nice seeing them again, I guess. If you liked Kaguya-sama, definitely would recommend this. I mean, it's canon. It's part of the show. You might as well. You could skip it though. Like it wouldn't really take away anything, I don't think. After that, I watched Birth. Yeah, Birth was weird. It's an old OVA. 1984, and it's 80 minutes long, so it is a long OVA. It kind of fits. Oh no. Yeah, I just searched Birth. I should not have done that. Anyway, it's an anime. God, how do I describe Birth? Birth was weird. So one of the main characters is, what the hell is his name? Manga is a weird name for anyone, because it sounds like the way that Americans pronounce manga. Actually, I pronounce it as manga. Japanese people would pronounce it more like manga. So it's not like my pronunciation is better. or more accurate than manga. It's just different. And because I've always pronounced it as manga, I just continue to pronounce it as manga and hear manga as being wrong. But they're both like wrong equally. Since the original would be manga. Like yeah, but still, and I've gotten comments on that before, like in previous episodes. People are like, "Oh, you pronounce manga wrong. It's supposed to be manga, not manga." But like they're both wrong. So who cares? Don't don't comment about me being wrong when you're also wrong. But yeah, manga is the name of one of the characters. He is a okay. No, I actually don't know. He's like a blob creature. But he's like the pet. He acts like a pet of the main character. And yeah, he's I don't know. But like plot wise, what is it's on an alien planet, an attack from mysterious life inorganics yeah, so it's just like random things that they need to fight. It wasn't good though. I can tell you that much. It wasn't good. I would not recommend it. It's a thing that exists, but no, it's not good. There's a reason why this aired on like VHS and never actually went to a theater, because it's not very good. Yeah. After that, I watched Pride of Orange. Puraora, Pride of Orange. I made a cocktail named after this. That was triple sec and Canadian whiskey, because orange, and Canadian because it's about hockey. Except it's not really about hockey. It's just generally bad. Let's just be absolutely upfront about everything that it does, because nothing that it seeks to do does it do well. Like in general, you might think, oh, it's an idle hockey anime. Oh, that could be fun. That could be like, like we had had good old Uma Musume. People loved Uma Musume. It was like it was the best-selling anime. Like that was such a great anime, such a good success. And so like obviously idol and sports, great combination. Where can you go wrong with idol and sports? You just you do mostly sports. That's the bulk of the anime. See them sports it up, and then like once they've won, then they do an idol show. That's who could ask for more? Cute girls doing like athletic things, and then doing songs and dances as well. Like that's two great things coming together. Casado, marriage. It's two things that just work really well. But no, that's just not how this worked. Like I hoped, I prayed to God that was how it was gonna work. This is gonna be like another Uma Musume, and we'd have like great idol girls who are also often awesome athletes, because that's fun. But so we did get a little bit of sports time. Probably not any worse than American football. It's about on par. Apparently, like in 4 hours of the Super Bowl, It's about 15 minutes of actual gameplay, and so this was about that same amount. I think like it's about 4 hour anime when you like omit the theme songs and stuff like that. And we got about 15 minutes of them actually being on the ice and playing hockey like they should be. And now that doesn't have to be the worst thing. Oh, like even if they're not gonna be on the ice all the time, like it's not like I'm super into sports anyway, right? Like like they could have things to save it, right? Like what? Maybe they're all just great girls, and I just love spending time with them, even when they're not on the ice, just chatting about sports and like talking about what their next play is gonna be, and talking about hockey equipment, maybe. It's like a sort of like a hobby anime, right? And you just, sort of like how when you have something like Hokago Tebe Nishi, and they're not fishing all the time, but like when they're not fishing, they're still chatting about great things, talking about fishing. And they're just fun girls to hang around with because they have such good personalities. And maybe it's like that. It could have been, but it wasn't really. Like, none of the girls were interesting. They just weren't. And that's a problem. They were just bland girls who didn't really seem to have much personality at all. Okay, so that's a pretty big nail in the coffin. But it's also idol, right? So maybe they just had really great songs. Like say like Ike's Friends was awful, but they had great songs, so that kind of like helped save it. But no again. They played like I think it might have been like one or two songs for the entire series. And they weren't even that good of songs either. So no. And like the slice of life parts are just kind of chilling, and they're not usually talking about hockey. They're just chilling. It's just slice of life. It's not good slice of life. It's not like K-On! Or New Game or Kininro Mosaic, where it's really fun just seeing these girls hang out. It's more like A Channel, where none of the girls are particularly interesting, and they're just around, and they just exist, and like as a slice of life, as an idol anime, as a sports anime, on all three accounts, it was bad. Like they had so many different avenues it could have gone to be good, and it failed at all of them. And it makes it even worse, the fact that this is like Canadian. It's not actually Canadian, but it's hockey. It's hockey. That's like that's our pride and joy. That's what like we Canadians think about. That's our like national pastime. Not that I play hockey, not that I watch hockey. I used to collect hockey cards. Don't do that anymore. I don't think I have them anymore. But like that's our sport, and they did it dirty. I'd love to see an idol anime about. I'd love to see a hockey anime, whether if it be about like men or teenage boys, or if we have women. Like if it's not just a bunch of high school girls that like the whole plot was like, oh, I'm just gonna collect a bunch of girls that I can turn into idols, and then they'll also play hockey, and then when they win, I'll make them do a dance and whatever. Like that was the producers or managers' whole shtick. Um, and it didn't work. It didn't work. And I'd love, yeah, like if we had another women's hockey anime, and there were women, and they really liked playing hockey, and there wasn't an idol component to it. It was just like a women's hockey team. They're all adults. They play hockey for a living, and they and they're really all passionate about hockey, and they talk about hockey, and most of it isn't on the ice, but when they're just chilling with each other, they're talking about hockey. They're talking about they were talking about even watching hockey and seeing like, oh man, that was such a great game, or talking about their own hockey and like, oh wow, that yes, like that other team that they actually did like a really good play there. Just really show that like passion for hockey. I'd love to see that, but we didn't get that here. We didn't get it. So yeah, that's Pride of Orange for you. It's so I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Like honestly, just don't watch it. There's yeah, like can't recommend it to sports fans, can't recommend it to idol fans, can't recommend it to slice of life fans, can't recommend it to Canadians either. um can't recommend it to anyone. Honestly, just avoid it. I can't actually see anyone who would like really love this anime. There's people out there who probably thought it wasn't as bad as I did, but I don't think they loved it. So yeah, just don't watch it. It's bad. Um, and after that, I watched Kanojo Okurishimasu Petit, and this is it's Kanojo Okurishimasu, of course. Also known as Rent a Girlfriend, or Rental Girlfriend, or Wholesome Horror. um, it's an anime. Oh, it so the petit. It's just they're the little episodes, of course. They're about a minute each. I think they're like a minute to 2 minutes each. But yeah, they're very short episodes. And they're chibi because of course they are. It's petit, not just in terms of length of episode, but also in terms of height of characters. They're all very tiny. And yeah, it's just gag humor. It's not great. I thought I didn't think it was as good as like the ReZero Petit or I think the ReZero one was called Break Time. And the Haruhi's ones were great. I like those ones. Yeah, but the ReZero ones were actually pretty good. Index ones were like better than the show itself. But yeah, this one, they were alright. There was like some good humor in it, but overall it was just kind of bland. So yeah, wouldn't really recommend it. If you really liked Kanojo Okurishimasu, then go ahead. Why not? Throw it on your list. But yeah, to your average viewer, I wouldn't really recommend it. After that, I watched Tokyo Seven Sisters, Bokura wa Ozora ni Naru. And this is it's Tokyo Seven Sisters. It's a video game that I have never played, and this is the anime for it, and it's like 70 minutes long, and there's like 20 main characters, and you get to know precisely 0 of them. And it's set like really distantly in the future, when idols are a thing of the past. Cause of course they are. The idol industry totally just tanked in like 2030 or something, and now there just isn't really idols, and now it's just like a kind of you call it artisanal thing. And instead of idols just being like this big industry, it's like the only few idols that still exist are ones who are like really passionate about it, and this is like this is thing that they do, like on their days off. But yeah, this is it's I don't know. Plot wise, it's interesting. Is it realistic? No, of course not. Um, but it seemed interesting. It had potential. It had like a cool idea of, oh wow, like these idols, these things that we know of as just being like this big part of Japanese culture. They've just been phased out. People don't watch them anymore. But then there's this one group that still exists, and then they play a concert and people like them. But yeah, it's there's a lot of them. There's actually really like too many of them. Yeah, I don't remember any of their names. I watched a whole movie about them and I don't remember any of their names, not even one. Not that I necessarily typically remember anime characters' names unless they're like particularly memorable, but still, there was just too many girls. None of them really had personality. Again, that's kind of a problem in general, especially with idol anime. Too many character syndrome, I call it. Yeah, that had a big case of that. I guess if you played the game, you would understand them more. But I didn't, and I don't think I will. Yeah, there's one girl, the chick with green hair. She said she wanted to be an idol because of idol anime. So that I could reckon, I'm on the same wavelength as her. Idol anime are great. But yeah, she's cute. We got to see because she was in a lot of scenes, but we only just kind of got that snippet of her personality, and then I had to move on to the next person. None of them were really fleshed out. Most of them just had no personality in general. There was a blue-haired one that we at least got to know was a tomboy, so that was cool. But yeah, they're just had potential, and it didn't use it. Mostly just because it's too short. Like 70 minutes is not enough time for 20 characters, 20 main characters. So for that, do I recommend it? It's a short watch. So if you like idol anime, I wouldn't really say not to watch it. It's a quick little jaunt. Might as well throw it on your list, I'd say. If you like this kind of thing. If you don't like idol anime, definitely don't, because it's not one of the better ones. And after that, I watched. What the hell is this? Magia Record, the second season, and it was alright. It's just Magia Record again in it. And Magia Record it's really one of the. It's a pretty mediocre Madoka spinoff. Let's be honest, but it has an anime adaptation, so I guess that makes it special. But it's still significantly worse than most of the manga spin-offs. After that, I watched Moe-kan the animation. And Moe-kan, God, what the hell is Moe-kan about? Oh right, Moe-kan. So it's about a robot. And very different from Armitage. So this robot, one of the interesting thing about this robot is the fact that she has 4 arms. That's not normal. She has 2 normal arms that look all cute and feminine and like an anime girl should. And And so she looks all nice and pretty there. But then she has like these two other arms. Um, so yeah, she has the two normal pretty arms, and then she has these two big like squarish arms um, that look gloved, and they it looks kind of like big bulky gardening gloves. Is the best way to describe it, and they're a lot shorter than her normal arms. Um, and they don't come out of the side of her torso like arms do. Instead, they come out of the bottom of her head. So that's cool. That's different. Um, but yeah, and she's like a servant robot. She, is like a maid of some sort. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, another anime about idol or not idol. About robot maids. Azur will help. I know I've talked about that before, but if you didn't, hear the episode where I talked about that, Azur will help. That's a good show. That was a fun OVA. But yeah, this one, Mohican. It's all right. Yeah. Didn't have any particularly strong feelings against or toward it. It's an anime. Has cute robots, and they're not of particular importance. But yeah, watch it if you want. Wouldn't super recommend it, but yeah, why not? That's not that long. After that, I watched Puro Skate, or Puro Skate DNA, and this is a Bang Dream music video, and it has a really cool aesthetic to it. Like it has like a lot of energy. Also, all the girls wear like red nail polish. It's pretty. But yeah, like you can kind of feel like the energy of the band. It's neat. I liked it. I like the way they use the colors, the way they use the kind of camera angles and stuff. It's overall it's a good music video. It's not very long. It's like a couple minutes, 2 minutes, but still, I would recommend it, especially if you like Bang Dream. If you didn't like Bang Dream, or if you haven't seen Bang Dream, you can still watch it. Like, watched a lot of Bang Dream music videos before I saw the anime. They're pretty good. So yeah, oh, and then after that, I watched the Azur Lane short thingy. Azur Lane Bisoku Zenshin. And they're just cutesy. It's not like regular Azur Lane, where I have no idea what regular Azur Lane is like. Apparently it's worse than this though. So glad I watched this one and not regular Azur Lane. Yeah, I did watch the spin-off to something that I've never seen, and I do never plan to see Azur Lane either. But yeah, this one's cute. Also the purple hair lolly. I mean, she's cute. She has like this like raspy voice to her. I guess not unlike Yume from I Cut Stars, that it's like cute and high pitched, but it's still also kind of raspy. And yeah, like it's nice. I like it. And then you also have the other lolly, one with like the extremely long hair. She's voiced by the same voice actor as Kana from Maid Dragon. So she sounds like Kana. And she's cute. She has like a kind of like personality. kind of. But yeah, she's she's cute. She like lazes around and kind of like oblivious to the Yuli happening around her, that kind of thing. So she is similar to Kana, but yeah, she's cute. Other girls are cute. they get up to cute things. Not really that much happens. They don't really spend too much time in the water or anything. It doesn't really matter that they're boats. Like, that's never really brought up. But it's cute. That's all it really is. It's just cute. If you like moe anime, then why not? Why not? It's not long either. It's like 100 minutes. So yeah. You could watch it if you want to. Yeah, it's all right. And even though it's like, I'm thinking of like comparing it in my head to Pride of Orange. I guess the main big difference is that these girls, they kind of want to hang around. Like they all have very distinct personalities from each other. And they're just nice to be around. I wouldn't necessarily want to be around them for any longer than I was. But they're good enough. They're girls. They're enjoyable enough to spend 100 minutes with. So yeah, that's what makes this one better. And also the fact that I didn't go in with like super high expectations of being this amazing hockey anime about women's hockey. But anyway, so that's it for today. Hope you'll tune in next time. I also right now, as we speak, there are only 3 anime I've watched since this Azur Lane one. So, the next one I will record in probably a little longer. But still, I'm actually keeping up. Like, that's not normally something I do. Usually, like, I kind of leave it on the back burner and then, like, binge record a whole bunch. And now I'm like, I'm keeping up with things. This is, like, I recorded last week's episode yesterday. And, yeah, now I'm up to date. And then I guess once I've watch another 10 anime, I'll record another episode. So anyway, thank you for watching or listening. Hope to see you again next time, and goodbye.